Hey everyone, my name is Rob and this is my YouTube channel called The Movie Vault, where I want to help advise and inform you guys about 4K Blu-ray and DVD collecting. So if that sounds something that you might be interested in, please subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit the little bell to get notified every time I post a new video. I'm back again with an episode of the Watchlist here. If you're not familiar with what the Watchlist is, I'm just kind of going through my collection, stuff I have bought but haven't watched, and to kind of give you guys a quick review here in the Watchlist, a kind of review fest if you will. So yeah, I have a bunch of stuff since the last episode, so let's jump into it. Okay, so first couple up here, actually, you guys know I'm doing the top 10 horror lists, horror picks here on the channel. So I'm not going to delve in too much into these titles because they will be featured in those top 10 horror picks videos. But the first one up was Carrie from 1976. Yeah, De Palma, really cool. Haven't seen Carrie in a while. Rewatched here for the horror picks. Just kind of interests me. All the horror kind of elements doesn't come in until the last third of the movie, where Sissy Spacek goes full blown Carrie on the cover. But yeah, that was the first one up. Next one I actually have, this is the massive Arrow box set. I believe this is, it's a little bit dusty because it sits on the display here. I believe it's out of print now. This is the Phantasm Blu-ray box set from Arrow with the sphere. The model of the sphere in there, really cool. My friend Ray got this for me, so thanks to him. So I checked out the first Phantasm, which was 79, and this is a 2016 remaster. It looks fantastic, nice transfer and stuff to Blu-ray here, and yeah, that might feature in the horror picks list as well. I don't want to talk too much about that. Another one up that might feature in the horror picks is Suspiria. I can't recall what year this is. It's in the 70s, isn't it, guys? I can't remember. This is a really old double disc Anchor Bay release I have here, and it has some cool, I will quickly show you. When you open it, there's like a booklet and there's like some, as I drop everything, there's some like art cards, reproduction art cards or lobby cards in there. Suspiria, I'll be honest, Suspiria is just one of those films that I want to like, but it just doesn't hit for me. I know a lot of people really love Suspiria. For me, it just doesn't. It looks cool. Like the blue and the red, I like all that, like shot well, you know, the suspense builds and stuff like that, and the terror, but it just, I don't know, it's just a movie I want to connect with, but I don't. A couple of these I talked about in the recent haul videos. I picked up Roman Polanski's Repulsion screenbound release here in work, the Blu-ray. I think I said in the video as well, I'm not an overly big fan of Polanski. I have 3 of his movies here in the collection, 2 of them we're going to talk about here in this video. I wanted to check out, again, I don't know, is it Catherine Deneuve or Catherine Deneuve? She just kind of interested me in this, and I wanted to see you know, what it was about, what she was like, and really cool. I enjoyed this one. Some cool horror elements towards the end of the movie. Yeah, nice. It's a HD transfer to Blu-ray. That's kind of as much as the back says, but yeah, that's a cool one to check out if you haven't. Next one up I did pick up and work with Repulsion as well. This is the Eureka Special Edition Blu-ray release of Mr. Vampire, the Chinese horror comedy. Really cool. Really enjoyed this one. 1080p presentation, obviously Blu-ray from a brand new 2K restoration. There is a couple of audio options on this one: original Cantonese, mono, English dub, and then there's a US dub as well. Really cool, really nice release by Eureka here. I have this in the slip, and you have the reversible sleeve art there on the inside. Yeah, horror comedy, really cool. These kind of like hopping vampires, they kind of hop after people. Some cool martial arts fights in this. Yeah, some really cool martial arts fight scenes and stuff like that. You can see the kind of the stunt wars and stuff, but you know, it just kind of adds to the charm of it. Mr. Vampire, I highly recommend checking this out. Really cool. If you don't mind like the dubbed stuff like that, it's really cool. Again, we'll feature in the horrors countdown list. I went back into my Universal Monsters Blu-ray box set here. I got this a couple of years ago for Christmas. 8 horror classics. You get some art cards and stuff like that in there. So I went back to revisit Frankenstein, the original 1080p. You know, with this box set, they all look fantastic on Blu-ray here. Really cool. I was checking those out for one of my horror list videos. So yeah, stay tuned for that one. Next one, so I followed up Frankenstein naturally with Bride of Frankenstein, but it's in that box set, but I want to show you guys here. I have this, I picked up this beautiful Alex Ross Steelbook version of the Bride of Frankenstein. Alex Ross done the cover art here, and here is the back. You get the the text there, really awesome. I love Bride of Frankenstein, big fan of Elsa Lanchester. I have a book about her that I'm looking forward to reading as soon as I get into it. I just kind of noticed with this one how different Frankenstein's monster is. He's completely different from Frankenstein the original. But yeah, again, I want to talk about that in an upcoming horror picks, so I'm gonna leave that aside. Yes, unboxing video recently, mega unboxing. The massive game, Arrow release. It comes in it's a hard case, and you get the book in there, and the Blu-ray and stuff is in there. Lots of writings on the movie. You get the replica invitation to CRS and all that stuff. Hadn't seen this in the longest time. Really enjoyed it. I wouldn't say I'm like the biggest fan of Michael Douglas at all, but yeah, you know, directed by Fincher, a fan of Fincher's work. Yeah, really enjoyed this. If you didn't grab this, I'm not too sure how limited the game is, but it's really cool. Nice piece on the collection shelf there, and just, you know, I'm liking these big box releases lately, so it kind of sits beside my Godzilla Criterion up there on the shelf. The game, that was the next one up. Jump back into stuff actually that I bought earlier in the year. In the Arrow sale, this is the Arrow Academy, 3 Women, directed by Robert Altman, Shelley Duvall, Sissy Spacek and Janice Rule. What a strange movie, like, really, you know, Sissy Spacek was quite good, and Shelley Duvall is just like, she's always kind of like, she's always a little bit weird, I kind of find. New 4K digital restoration by Fox, you know, looks really nice. Blu-ray here by Arrow. Yeah, you have the reversible art in there. You got a booklet in there as well. Yeah, Sissy Spacek, man, what like a, you know, manipulative character in the movie. Really interesting. Yeah, I don't know much about. I don't have many Robert Altman movies, so this was the first one, and I picked it up like back in maybe March or April or something in that Arrow sale. I just got around to watching it now. So really cool movie, and it's from '77. 3 Women, that was the next view up. We're going to jump back into a couple of horrors again, so I'm just going to quickly kind of, you know, go over these. I rewatched Hitchcock's Psycho for an upcoming horror picks list. This is an old DVD. I got a Hitchcock box set ages ago in a second-hand shop, and it's the 12 movie, the black box set. I can't get it because I'm going to have to go off camera. It has like 12 movies or something in there, 12 movies, 14 discs, something like that, but all the most of the discs were still sealed inside, so nobody watched it. So I have watched Psycho and The Birds Out of that box set, but I'm looking forward to getting into that. But Psycho was one that I watched up next. And another one, we talked about Polanski earlier on, so another one I watched for the horror list is Rosemary's Baby. Yeah, Mia Farrow in there, really cool stuff. So as I said, this is the only other Polanski movie I have. I have Rosemary's Baby, Repulsion, and I have Fearless Vampire Killers. Big fan of Sharon Tate, as I mentioned on the channel before. What else have we got here? Oh yes, I picked this up in I got a bunch of stuff in a second-hand shop. I guess like it's called Deals over here in Ireland. I guess in the States it's like a dollar shop, Dollar Tree. I guess you guys talk about that an awful lot. They resell second-hand Blu-rays and DVDs. They clean them and reseal them up. So I got somebody recommended, my friend Colin recommended this funny horror comedy, Cockneys versus Zombies. Kind of in the vein of Shaun of the Dead. You know, Cockneys, people from London versus zombies, and there's a couple of people in here. Michelle Ryan's in there. Like, anybody from UK and Ireland know her. She used to be in EastEnders. The guy's name is gone. He was in Penny Dreadful as Frankenstein. Who else is in this? Georgia May is in this. I know her from the School Teacher Show, Danny McBride, Walter Goggins. It's completely Voice Principals. Yeah, so that was kind of a funny one. You know, pretty much Shaun of the Dead again, but yeah, interesting kind of watch for €3, so wasn't going to say no. Jumping back, Universal Monsters box set, Wolfman, 1941, I believe. Check that out for the horror list. That was the next one. Again, Criterion, I talked about this in the unboxing. A Marriage Story, Criterion Blu-ray. Brilliant movie. I really love this movie. I didn't know what to expect going in. As I mentioned, I just bought it because it was kind of getting a lot of nominations in awards season earlier on in the year, so I decided to check it out, and they've, like, I think I've done it in the unboxing, they've made it up really nicely with the two letters. Like, these pull out, and they're like, you know, the letters they write in the movie to each other in the marriage counselling scene at the start. But Yeah, nice. I know Criterion's getting knocked a lot lately for not going to 4K stuff, but they still do Blu-ray well. So yeah, really, really nice. Yeah, I love this movie. Adam Driver was like completely stand out for me in this. He wasn't what I was expecting at all. So yeah, that was the next one. What did I go with next? Was another Robert Altman movie actually. I think Cinema Dave recommended this, and I picked it up back in the Arrow sale way back in April or something, 1973. This is The Long Goodbye. Elliot Gould. Never saw this before. A lot of people love this movie, and I kind of went in with some expectations of what it would be based on like the front and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it was okay. I didn't love it or anything. I think I was expecting a bit more of a, like on the cover here, a Dirty Harry, this private eye guy is going to go killing everybody on a rampage kind of a thing or something, and that's not what it is at all. I think I'll probably appreciate this a little bit more when I check it out a couple more times. But yeah, Elliot Gould is pretty cool in there. So this is the second Robert Altman movie, and I picked both of those up the same sale. So Long Goodbye, that was The Long Goodbye, that was the next one. So back to the Universal Monsters Blu-ray box set once again. Dracula, 1931, I want to say. Yes. Nobody beats Bela Lugosi as far as I'm concerned, and I will be talking about that in the upcoming horror stuff again. What do we do next? Again, it's Hitchcock box set, The Birds, another one. This is going to be coming up in one of the horror picks videos. This is an old DVD I have here. I actually don't have any of the Hitchcock stuff on Blu-ray at all. I got that DVD box set as I mentioned, and I'm just kind of not. I don't want to spend some money upgrading at the moment. There looks like there's some cool Hitchcock box sets. One recently that kind of looks like The House. I may look at that at some point. Another one I picked up from work actually ages ago, Indicator, 1964, The Pumpkin Eater. I picked this up in work because we were doing like a 2 for 30 Blu-ray. I can't remember what the other one was that I bought, but I just picked this up purely because I saw Anne Bancroft on the cover there, and I was kind of interested in checking out some other Anne Bancroft stuff. Peter Finch, James Mason, directed by Jack Clayton, high def remaster. Looks really cool, and I thought this was kind of an interesting follow-up to after recently watching Marriage Story. Yeah, interesting watch. Anne Bancroft was fantastic in this, so I do recommend if you like some old movies, or maybe this Pumpkin Eater and Marriage Story maybe as a double bill if you weren't kind of interested in checking two out. Yeah, I think I had a picture of this on Instagram, on social media. I got the Batman complete television series Blu-ray box set. I don't know if it was Christmas Gone. I think it was Christmas Gone. And I've started to watch it. I've made my way through disc 1. I've started disc 2 last night. Slowly getting through it. I kind of find with, I'm a big Batman fan. You guys know I say that on the channel all the time. But I kind of find with this, I can get like 3 or 4 episodes. And then I just get so frustrated at how silly and zany and pause-up it is, so I have to kind of go away from it for a while. Then I'll get 3 or 4 episodes in again and then go away again. But that was the next one. The last one up, again, this was in the recent end of month update, my first Vestron video collector series Blu-ray. I picked up David Cronenberg's Shivers. Haven't seen this in years, and remember kind of liking it, and just it has the slip on it there, but there's no alternative artwork or anything like that. And there's the back and stuff there. There's some really cool bonus features on this. There's a Cronenberg commentary, and there's like lots of interviews I watched through the other night as well. Yeah, Barbara Steele always interested me in this, like she's in there, the British accent, and she, like Horror Legends, she done all those like Italian horror movies, didn't she? She was big in all of those. And yeah, like Cronenberg, man, it's recently, what was the other one? Rabbit I got recently a while ago. Yeah, so I just thought I would pick this up. And first Vestron Blu-ray release, as I say, they do some nice looking stuff, covers there, really awesome cover art. Yeah, okay guys, so that's going to wrap it up. I know this was kind of a long one. Wrap it up for another episode of the Watchlist here / review fest. Hopefully you got some recommendations here. The goal with these videos is to kind of just go through. We talk about collecting an awful lot, and I want to kind of share that I do, even though I may buy stuff and not watch it immediately, I do go through for the watch list here, and I'm watching stuff I may have bought previously, and just other stuff I'm checking out along the way as well. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below, guys. Do you have any of these? Have you checked them out? Is there any recommendations you've gotten out here? Anything you're going to look to pick up after this video? Of course, if you like it, please give it a thumbs up. And as I mentioned at the start of the video, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel, and don't forget to hit the little bell. Every time I post a new video, you'll get a notification that the video is online. Yeah, that's going to do it, guys. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys on the next one.